Okay, you ready to play MNOLG? I'm not, but I couldn't resist. I had to jump into this as soon as I could. I plan on playing some other games first to get better at playing games on recording, but I just didn't have enough patience. I couldn't hold back. So it's time for me to play MNOLG. So MNOLG is somewhat of this opus. It's this quintessential Bionicle game. The reason why it's so special is because there's this pervasive 2001 nostalgia and supremacy in the Bionicle fandom, which nobody really cares that it's there, but it's undeniable that it is there. Well, actually, it could be deniable. I should not misuse the term undeniable, but most of Bionicle fan projects take place in 2001, and the story media that we got for 2001 were the series of comics, the Tale of the Toa by C.A. Hapka, which came out, I believe, in 2002, actually, and this game. We didn't discover the style guide until much later. And none of the story media for 2001 agree 100% with the style guide, except maybe the comics. Haven't looked into the details of the comics that much. Not even C.A. Hapka's The Tale of the Toa agrees in every detail with the style guide. And if you are a child consuming Bionicle media in 2001, this game would probably be the easiest piece of media to consume, putting aside dial-up internet, which would cause an issue. So there's this pervasive, considering, like, even though this is, not canon, we can get bored and get into the canonicity of MNOLG. When some fans think of the 2001 story, the first version of the story that pops into their head is the version presented in MNOLG. So, although MNOLG may not be the most technically canon by convention, whatever convention you're using, piece of story media from Bionicle 2001, it's the one that's most, in the fans' heads. It's actually the most that's in my head as well. So it's important for that reason. And this was earlier in the timeline, before later on in Bionicle's run, where we started to kind of figure out games aren't really the best pieces of canon media. So when you play MNOLG, there's some traditions here. So MNOLG was released incrementally. It was released in stages. Maku doesn't appear on the beach until the third increment. So if you want to explore the areas in the order that they opened up to the people to explore, to the fans to explore in 2001, you don't talk to Maku. You just kind of walk by on the other side of the beach like a cool dude. And you go consume what you could consume during Program 1. Okay. So over here we have the telescope. Well, let's see. We can look through these first, I guess. These are just numbers down at the bottom. I don't know how decipherable those numbers are. Let's see what, try to figure out what stage we're on. So the red star is there relative to other stars. So there's one there, one there, one there, a big one there, and one there, and one there, one there, and one there. I wonder if this actually lines up with any of them. If any, it should line up with this middle, this one right here. So one there, one there, one there, and one down there. Huh. No, not really. Okay. Is there one right above? Well, I never actually managed to figure this thing out. But you know, it's supposed that we should be here. According to these, you know, pictographs, but I don't see it. Oh well. I mean, I think it should work. By the way, if you do talk to Maku right away, it doesn't break the game. You can do things out of sequence in MNOLG. It's perfectly okay. It's just a convention thing. So I believe that when Program 1 was released, if you got to the screen and you clicked to go further, it would give you a cutscene of Tahu kind of turning and looking at you and then walking off. But after they released Program 2, that cutscene never plays in-game. However, it does appear in the Book of Chronicles once you get the Book of Chronicles. Let's keep going into Program 2 territory. So you can check to show that I've been here. I've been here. I've been here too. I've also been here. Kapura. I am Kapura. Are you the Makuta? I am practicing. What are you doing? I am practicing. Did he just say what he was doing? Veikama says that even though I am slow, I may be faster than all the others and travel very far. He says I must practice. Jala says I am being silly. I practice often. So Jala was Jalar's name before Lego figured out that that the Maori didn't like them using their names. I am practicing. What is the Makuta? If you do not know what is the Makuta, I guess you are not it. What kind of logic is that? The Makuta might actually say, what is the Makuta? That is good. Except Pterodax never denied who he was. He just said, I'm the Makuta. Right. Jala says I have to be careful of the Makuta when I am in the forest. He says the Makuta is everywhere. He means Rahi, monsters, things you can see. But I know the Makuta is here now, in these burnt trees and in the dead soil. All of these things were destroyed by the Makuta, but the Makuta never left them. That is how he becomes strong. That is what the Makuta does. He destroys everything. Yeah, so in 2001, the Makuta was depicted in this mystical way, because they probably haven't decided what the Makuta would exactly be yet. So it's kind of this God is everything sort of philosophy, or also the antagonistic spiritual force is in everything sort of idea. I forgot the term for that. But I'll keep going and not worry about technical, like, religion terms. But I know the Makuta is here now, in these burnt trees and in the dead soil. All of these things were destroyed by the Makuta, but the Makuta never left them. That is how he becomes strong. That is what the Makuta does. He destroys things. I think the forest looks very beautiful this way too, and when it burned you could see all the fires perform the great Takara all the way to the sea, and it was very beautiful. So the Takara is mentioned, the Matoran word Takara is mentioned in MNOLG. And that originated from the Legend of Matanui, I believe. The Matoran word for dance. Where am I? You are where you are. If I practice, I can be where I am not. I think I can feel it. It is hot where I am, but where it is not is cold. And I think I can feel it. I must practice more. This island has many places to visit. I want to see them all. I want to see all of them, but the others do not like to travel. Matanui is very big. And that gives you kind of the question, why isn't Ko-koro the chronicler? But whatever. Yeah, so this seems to suggest that he has a teleportation power. I kind of like it the way it's presented, like the atmosphere is presented here, though. It's not really, it's kind of a buzzkill. You just lump it in and try to categorize superpowers in this chart and just say, Ko-koro has teleportation, right? It's more mystical than that. It's more weird and could not be understood kind of thing than that. It's the slow and steady wins the race and turns into a superpower. Anyway. Veikama says that in the beginning of time, Matanui fell from the sky and landed here. The Makuta came after him and made him fall asleep and sent his monsters out across the world to control it, and destroy its beautiful things, and to make the Matoran his slaves. Yeah, so like real life people don't have stats, right? You don't just categorize. It's just everybody is unique. Right? Don't take powers and make them and like shove them into like charts. It's just like boring. I don't know why people never was into that. Never was into the stat RPG thing. Did I skip that? Phooey. I might have. Veikama has told us to wait for more creatures to fall from the sky, who will save us. I think one of them landed on the beach. I saw it fall when I was practicing before. Which, 2008 came along and decided to make that not canon. So that's one of the things that's not canon in here. The Toa fell from the sky 1,000 years before this game took place. Veikama knows more. You should ask him. He lives in Ko-koro. Goodbye. Goodbye. Okay, we go past Ko-koro. We've been here. Go. We've been here. Go. We've been here. Got to Ko-koro again. Let's try this way. We've gone this way. Try 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 here. And we're out. Okay, there's also another exit to the gate of Ko-koro, but any exit works. I just want to get out of there. See, that's another exit. If the bridge is down, use the winch room. Jala says we've got to keep a sharp lookout for Rahi. So, you could go this way, but then You get stopped here. Only guards may pass. Okay. Let's talk to Jala. We have lost communications with Ko-koro, but I have no Matoran to spare for a reconnaissance unit. There is never enough good warriors to send against the Le-wahi. You look stout, traveler. You should consider a career in the guard. Yeah, the original Jala was like this goofy character who would even talk to Toa and say, you should consider joining the guard. Just like this one-track mind. And then 2003 came along and they decided to make Jala like a normal person. These are not, you don't use the word person to describe these characters, but, you know, gee whiz, cut me some slack. Who are you? I am Jala, captain of the guard. It's my job to protect the city against the Le-wahi. I knew they were getting stronger, but no one in the city believed me, until the beasts overran the Trin Krom readout. Yes, originally Trin Krom was just a pathway or a break or a pass. They decided to reuse that term later. I lost a lot of good warriors that day, when Tahu arrived, and now we know why the Le-wahi are on the move. Vekama says he'll save us, but I don't see the point in putting all our hope in him. You can never have too much security. What is Ko-koro? Ko-koro is the city in the Great Lake of Fire in the shadow of the Magi, the great volcano. This fortress guards the bridge to it. Many Matoran live there. Surely you've heard of it. Most of the people in Ko-koro form the lava fields to the north, beneath the Magi. Many are surfers, riding the lava rapids for sport. Our people are the most courageous warriors in all Matanui, and we are not afraid to challenge the Makuta's beasts, if we must. So the principle of Ko-koro being courage in MNOLG 2, that didn't actually come out of nowhere. That had some basis in this dialogue from Jala. However, I don't think they actually thought of this, but whatever. They might have thought of Jala. But we cannot confront the enemy alone, and I do not have faith in the other cities of Matanui. If they do not join with us in the defense, we will all perish, Toa or not. They're all Sparta. Sparta, infamous for their military power and being lazy about using it. What is a Le-wahi? The Le-wahi serve the Makuta. They are horrible beasts, ruthless and fierce. Some can fly. Others walk along the ground. Some, I have heard, even tunnel beneath it. We have battled many of them. In recent times they have become bolder and have forced us back to here. Ko-koro used to reach all the way to the coast. The charred jungle used to be green, a peaceful place. But in the fury of our battles, it was burnt. So you accidentally burnt it. Is that what you're saying? So, Kapura said that the Makuta burnt it. Now you're saying you accidentally burnt it. Okay. But we are Ko-koro Matoran. We will not surrender, and now Tahu the Great Fire Spirit has come to lead us against them. They can attack at any time, although always when it is least expected. That is why we must always be on guard. I have studied them extensively. It is possible that they once were normal creatures, like the others that inhabit Matanui, until the Makuta turned them, although I am not certain of this. Actually, you are, because the Turaga knew, and that's just... Okay, so that's also not canon. Jala personally did not have to study them to figure this out, and he would have been certain. It is true, there may be another way to fight them. Until then, we must patrol our stockades and our trenches day and night to keep the guard fires burning. I guess they're trying to hide that from the player, but it's not something that Jala would like not to be certain of. What is a Le-wahi? The Le-wahi serve the Makuta. They are horrible beasts. Oh, whatever. I think I already read this. Shucks. I have to wait for the red arrow to appear every line. Thank you. Goodbye. May Tahu protect you, traveler. Okay, we have the wind stream. I don't want to mess with it yet. I want to make sure that the bridge is actually down. Turn around. Yeah, the bridge is up, so I don't have to worry about the winch. With all the ash and smoke around here, it's hard to keep the shrine clean. This shrine will be where Tahu will bring the Kanohi. Now that Tahu's here, I gotta keep the shrine spotless. This guy. Hey, here's your lava surfboard. You asked me to hang on to it. Lava surfing is dangerous, but fun. Okay. It's up to us to farm all the heat in Ko-koro. The Rahi have taken the Twin Crom break. No more farming up there. They tried to make up an occupation for Ko-koro because, yeah, it does seem that the people of Ko-koro really don't have anything particular they need to do. What's the utility of lava? Want to give us a hand? A farmer's work is never done. You don't farm heat. I mean, geothermal's a thing, but you don't farm it. It's up to us to farm all the heat in Ko-koro. Got these guys that Pareki used in his insane Bionicle Brain music video. On the, toes are sinking, now I'm upset, and I got my boys Linkin part. Anyway. Let's talk to Veikama. So, you have found your way back after all. You are brave. I do not know what brought you to the city, but you should take care. There are some who remember you. The temper of the Ko-koro Matoran boils as swiftly as the great Magi, in whose chateau we live. Actually, Veikama has a voice, doesn't he? But in this, our first hour of hope, you may find the villagers' patience to be greater than usual. Yes, it is our hope in Ko-koro. Tahu is here. It is Jala who found him. He caught him in a trap intended for Harahi. It was almost the end for my brave captain and his famous guard. I need to work on that some more. And that is why people say that Bionicle began with a fart joke. Nevertheless, when I first saw that, when I did play this blind the first time, I didn't understand it at all. I didn't get it. I would never get it unless somebody actually told me that was supposed to be a fart joke. The people are elated, but I know that their courage will be tested now more than ever. Tahu's arrival marks the first step in a great struggle, and I have much to do. The swirly thing froze on me. I am sorry for having so little time for you. As you know, there is a lot to do. Is there anything more you would ask of me? Who is Tahu? He will save us. He has come from the heavens, as foretold in the ancient legends of our city, to battle the Makuta with his sword of fire, and release us from tyranny. He is a great hero, and will struggle against the Rahi of the Makuta, and will face great dangers. The legends prophesy 6 heroes descend from the heavens of Matanui, and of them Tahu is the fiercest. But his passage to Matanui has left him uncertain. That is very canon. He has needed help to understand his long-awaited quest. I have told Tahu all I know of the legends of Matanui, and of the masks of power. I have done all I can. Now it is up to him to adventure into the wilderness, and find a way to defeat the Makuta. How do you know me? This is hardly the time for jokes. Have you forgotten all your great deeds and also the thing that drove you away from us? Who are you? I am Vekoma. I am the Taraka of this. I am Vekoma. I am the Taraka of this village. I am the Legend Keeper, the Takara leader, he of the great fire staff who farms the Magi's burning core. Have your aimless wanderings caused you to forget everything? Spoilers, yes. Surely you still have the board that I gave you, for that was a special gift. Lava surfing is a difficult skill, and no Mator and other than those who dwell in Ko-koro have knowledge of it. It would be a pity if you have forgotten it entirely. Thank you, goodbye. Forgive me, I have much work to do. I am preparing for the arrival of another. I am not certain, but the stars have revealed a new prophecy, which I do not yet fully understand. I never actually figured out what exactly it's referring to. You could say it's the Bow Rock, but that's not really the arrival of another. You could say it's looking all the way forward to 2003 and the 7th Toa. Because that's another thing that was supposed to arrive. Or maybe it's a story concept that was scrapped entirely. Maybe it's Holly? I don't know. It's I've never figured out what this is supposed to refer to. If someone knows, they could tell me. Yeah, I didn't do a very good Vaikama voice. You know, I forgot the voice actor. He has that infamous voice from the beginning of Mask of Light. Gathered friends, listen again to our legend of the Bionicle. In a time before time. It's easy to mimic a voice if you know the lines it was saying. But if you try to take new lines and put that voice on top, it gets kind of and do it on the fly, you don't have time to practice it, it's a bit tricky. Or a lot tricky. Ta, Anu, Lee, Koro, S-U-B, T-R-A-S-E-C-T, sub-transect. Okay. So, you can go here, and it doesn't break the game. It's just a different order than you would traditionally do MNOLG to go that way. So we're not going to go that way yet. Yeah, a traditional order reminds you of something. Yes, I did watch that series a long time ago, and it was quite funny. Help! Help me! My village is being attacked! What happened? I was on my way. I was away when the Rocky attacked, and when I returned, the monsters were everywhere, destroying everything in sight. Nokama and the others barricaded themselves into a hut to hide, but the Rocky broke the pump, and the hut sank beneath the waves. What in the world? Okay. There was a bug in this? Well, I just found a bug. Let's see if that triggers every time. No, it doesn't. Okay, that was bizarre and random. So you may notice there that I selected Chapter 1 from the menu. And, so you can talk to Maku right from the beginning and it doesn't break anything. So basically I just started the whole game over from the very beginning because I hadn't actually made any progress in the story. That didn't affect anything. But that's like, there's a random crash there. That's interesting. Anyway. Please, there is no time. My people are in great danger. Who are you? My name is Maku of Ko-koro. Ko-koro lies between the sea and Lake Naho, down the coast. It's a great village of mini Matoran, and our leader is Taraga no Kama. I fear much of it has been destroyed by now. Yeah, for exposition purposes, the Matoran will actually talk to the protagonist about their villages, even though no one on Matanui, because they had been on Matanui for 1,000 years, would not know about any of the particular villages. Will you help me? Yes, I will help you. Go to Ko-koro and find Okama. She is very wise and might have a plan for escape. I will try to find Gali. If the Rahi are near the village, she is the only one who can defeat them. She is on a great quest and may be very far away. The only way to get to Ko-koro is from here is by sea. You must take my boat, and I will search for the Toa on foot. Good luck, and tell Nokama I am safe. Okay. Another... So, it looks like there is some resemblance to the layout from the Legend of Matanui. You see that there's obviously these, like, lily pad or leaf channels as opposed to logs sitting in the water. So it's easier to traverse. And this Takara pit is actually on the wrong side of the, like, the positions of the Takara pit and Nokama's hut are reversed relative to the entrance gate, as opposed to the Legend of Matanui Alpha. If you can even say it has an orientation in this 2D format. Who is that? Who is there? Maku has sent me to rescue you. Maku has escaped. We were worried about her. We are trapped here underwater. The door is stuck and we can't open it. If the village pumps are repaired, the hut will rise to the surface and we can escape. The Rahi smashed them to pieces and pieces fell into the river. Only one piece. There's only one of them, so they couldn't smash multiple of them, and only one piece of it fell in the river, so it wasn't really smashed. But whatever. If you can find the missing piece and put it back in the pump machine, it will float us back up. I left a light stone in my hut. It might help you see underwater. Please hurry. Hold on, I'll be back. Hurry back, I don't know how much longer we can survive in here, and the Rahi may return. Well, I don't think there's actually a light stone in whoever's hut that is. We don't know, because, you know, they can't see them. Let's just go do the job. Boom, that was quick. Yes, in Legend of Matanui, they did make reference to a missing gear, so... But they didn't actually, like, make any sense because the pump must have been working, so... Anyway. Let's see. This isn't very realistic, as far as Lego is concerned, because there's 3 8-tooth gears of different sizes. They don't even mesh properly. Threaded onto plus axles of different sizes. There's no plus axles of different sizes or 8-tooth gears of different sizes in Lego. In order to make a bigger gear, you need more teeth. Anyway. The mechanical inaccuracy bugs me. This is a bit cheesy. And this other way to defeat the Rocky Jala was talking about? Wow, it's just been discovered a few minutes later. Hail, hero! Thanks for saving us. Now we can go back to our fishing. I once caught a fish this big! Everyone in Ko-koro and MNOLG is just a clone of Kai. Thank you for you saved our village, friend. Thank you, you saved our village, friend. Thank you, you saved our village, friend. Okay, that says Matanui. Have you any other questions for me? The heavens are in turmoil, and I must chart their fluctuations. What are you doing? I am charting changes in the sky. Many important things are happening around Matanui, and many more will happen. I used a telescope on the cliff. It tells me what will happen and when. Who are you? I am the astrologer. I watch the stars in the water. How do I use the telescope? It's very simple. Around the base of the telescope are pictures. They are constellations, patterns of stars in the night sky, and markings that show the prophecies of legends. Each picture has a red star in it. When the red star reaches a certain place in the heavens, it means something important will happen here on Matanui, one of the prophecies. When you look through the telescope, you will see many stars, and one of them is the red star. Look at the constellations near the red star. They will look like the ones in the pictures. When the red star is exactly where it is shown in one of the pictures, then a prophecy may come true. If something changes in the sky, it is my job to change the pictures, so that I can better see the future. Even though we Matoran remember the prophecies, nothing is certain. The future can change. If you can read the numbers in the telescope, it is even easier to tell the future. Oh, okay. Have you any questions for me? The heavens are in turmoil. I must chart their fluctuations. Goodbye. Goodbye. So I guess there is a way to use the numbers. They gave this, Matoran a name in MNOLG 2. They call her Nixie. And she's much less nice. Anyway. Let's talk to Nokama. Thank you for rescuing us. Thank you for rescuing us. You are bold and true to your word. All the Matoran of Ko-koro owe you their gratitude. For once I am glad that Maku has snuck away from the village, so that she could find you. Your eyes are filled with questions about the mysteries of Matanui, my friend. Giving you some of the answers you seek is small payment for your deeds. But I offer you what knowledge I can. Our astrologer has seen great changes in the sky and has read the dark future of Matanui. The Toa have come and begun their mighty quest to save us from the Makuta. And yet here, in the midst of this upheaval, are you, a brave wanderer in this dangerous land. Who am I? I think someone has plans for you that are greater than your stature would suggest. Perhaps you are to be a hero like the Toa, I do not know. The Matoran have forgotten their civilization. Even the Turaga do not record of all that has come before. But the ocean remembers. Like history, the water holds many secrets in its forbidden depths. It surrounds Matanui and covers it. It watches the island as it sleeps and remembers. It caught the Toa gently as they descended and delivered them to us. It surrounds Matanui and covers it. Yes. You are an absolute in these uncertain times. Your past is forgotten, and your future is an empty book. You must find your own destiny, my brave adventurer. Who is Gali? Gali is the Toa of Water, the great hero of Ko-koro. Like the other Toa, she descended from the heavens to save us from the Makuta. She is wise, and strong, and quick. Gali is the protector of the sea, and of the lakes and rivers that feed it. Her mask of power lets her breathe freely beneath the waves. What of Maku? Maku often sneaks out of the village to spy on Huki, the Koli champion. She tells me she is just practicing her boating, but I know the truth. It is far too dangerous for her to be outside the village now. For her own safety, I will forbid her to go, even though her wandering saved us this time. Yeah, I'm a bureaucrat, apparently. If, in your travels to Ko-koro, you should meet Huki, tell him she is safe. He may have heard of the attack and will be worried. How may I help you? Oh, thank you, goodbye. Good luck, brave adventurer. Okay, there's the water. Shh. He is resting. He has been through a great ordeal. In time, he may be tamed. Sometimes Rahi become infected with Makuda's darkness. Only by removing their masks can they be saved. I love how you move in a certain direction by just turning around over and over. Why does no comment make me stay in the village at a time like this? Huki might need me. I've heard that there's trouble in Ko-koro. Oh no, poor Huki. To Huki. With lots of love, Maku. Even though, no, it's to Maku with lots of love, Huki. That makes more sense as a Maku-sat. Okay, let's progress. I'm gonna go back to Ko-koro and see if I can make headroads into Le-wahi. Koro refers to the village. Wahi refers to the geographical region in which that village is located. See if I can make more sense of this telescope. Okay, let's look at oh man, there's evidence that we should have gotten that light stone from Ko-koro and not just got it at the beginning. But anyway, so the red star moved a bit. Let's see, the number is 100982406 something, which so all of these are 0, 0, 9, and then things. Okay. 0, 9, 8-ish. No, I don't really get it. But there is a star directly above the red star now, right? And there's one down. There's two in the down below. So let's. Have we gotten to this part yet? So it's kind of like a box above the red star, and then one to the right. Let's see here. Yeah, there's a box around it, and then there's one to the right. So, okay, we got a match. Cool. Yes. Let's progress with the story. So now we're at this infamous fork. Omeso, I thought you just broke. It's, you probably just broke the game. Oh, Meso. Oh, Meso. Now we're only getting 8 frames. You don't care what goes on in this game. Shout out to Political Swime. Anyway, I guess we'll never move on. I'm actually going to go left. Not because I have someone screaming at me, but that's the way I need to go to progress the game. Because I'm not actually doing a blind playthrough. I'm, just doing what I've always, just playing something Can you guess what it is yet? Wow, sometimes I impress myself. Can you guess what it is yet? If you're looking for a Ko-koro traveler, take the right road. My right. Or is it your right? They're both the same right. Can you guess what it is yet? Yeah. In regards to that, it would have actually been a whole lot... It is way more fun if you're doing a blind Let's Play. To just let the player explore the game and figure it out for themselves so we can witness how the player processes the information and problem solves. And pieces together how to solve the puzzle to move on to the next stage, right? You don't just force them to do it in a certain order. That's no fun. So I don't know what LJ was trying to go for there. It was entertaining, of course, but he was wrong. Okay. Let's go talk to this guy. Are you here for a Koli match? I could use some more teammates to play with. All the others have gone home. They're not feeling well. Not even Huki can play anymore. And I just got a new comet. Traded 2 Husi for it. What is Koli? What is Koli? You must not be from around here. Koli is the greatest sport on Matanui. It's actually the only sport on Matanui. It's probably some disc throwing or something, but anyway. It's incredibly simple, but it takes much more skill than the sports they play in other villages. Like what? I thought all of them played Koli. Your point is? Koli is played in a Koli field. You're standing in the biggest one in Le-wahi. But they don't have to be as fancy as this. All you need is 4 goals set up on each side of a square. There are 4 players. Each of the goals has a Matoran to guard it. To win, you can kick Koli balls, like this one, into any of the other 3 goals, while at the same time stopping other players from getting their balls into your goal. That's it. What is a comet? A comet is the best kind of Koli ball you can get. Everyone is getting one of these now. They're perfectly balanced, so it's very hard to miss, and when you kick them, they fly as fast as a comet. In 2020, they would be out of stock everywhere. And they would be bought up by bots the instant they went on sale if there was a new comet. Anyway, they only started trading them recently at the bazaar. I don't know where they get them, but whoever carved them is truly a master. Indeed. Who is Huki? Who is Huki? Why, only the greatest Koli player ever. At least he was. He fell ill a little while ago, and I haven't seen him around much. He lives just on the other side of the Koli field. Goodbye. Hup, hup, off! Foreshadowing. I love Koli, but everyone is homesick. Stay away from me. Why are you sick? I don't know. I've been here for many days. I'm not sure anymore. I used to know. You must go. I feel strange. No one must come here. Especially Maku. Don't tell her I am ill. It won't worry her. She must not see me like this. She must not. Why are you sick? I don't know. I've been here for how many days? Not sure anymore. I used to know. You must go. Okay. I already did this one. Who are you? I am Hookie. I just want to be left alone. Goodbye. Get out. Well, at least he's wearing a mask. Let's turn around. Go talk to... Take it or leave it. Want a maha? Going cheap. The maha market is bottomed out. Hail, adventurer. You have come to an unhappy time in Ko-koro. I fear I am about to announce to my people the news that the next Koli match will have to be cancelled. I don't not think even Great Pohatu could play Koli at a time like this. I am distracted by many of Ko-koro's problems, adventurer. And I can give you little of my time. Do you think you can give me some clue about the cure to this illness? Why are you canceling the Koli match? A dark plague has corrupted my people and my village. Though many will stay at their work and visit the bazaar and play Koli, they have blinded themselves to the truth and put strength and duty before fear. Oh dear. I actually disagree with him on this, but Hugi, our greatest champion, was one of the first to fall ill. He has become weakened and cannot move from his bed. I fear that soon we will see in him the beginnings of the madness, the same diabolical force that grips the wild Rahi when their masks become infected. Who are you? I am Anuwa, the Taraga of the village of Ko-koro. The Matoran here are master carvers, and their work is the envy of all Matanui. But today I am not carving works of art. Instead, I am fashioning beds. I am struggling to bring comforts to the sick people of this village, but it is a fleeting solace. I know nothing of this illness, how long it might last or where it comes from. Left unattended, I fear the madness. Who is Pohatu? Pohatu is the Toa of Ko-koro Matoran. His great strength can fell mountains, and the Koli Kakama gives him and the Kanohi Kakama gives him speed greater than any creature on Matanui. The irony is that Pohatu's strength and speed cannot help us. An enemy that can neither be seen or felt plagues us. Vekama of Takuro has sent some of his guard to assist us, but they will not enter the village for fear of falling prey to this disease. Instead, they are combing the hills in search for Pohatu, who is on a great quest for the Mask of Power. But without knowledge even where his illness comes from, there is little anyone can do, even the great Pohatu. It took me a while when I first played this, because I didn't first play this without a walkthrough to figure out this is how you advance the plot. Did you actually give Anuwa the infected Koli ball? What? But this is just a Koli ball. But not just any Koli ball. This is the special kind that is being traded at the bazaar, and which has become very popular. Thank you, adventurer, for showing this to me. You are noble in your reputation and resourceful. This opens my eyes to many things. If these balls are the cause of the illness, then we must take them away from the village and throw them into the sea. But they are very popular in Ko-koro Matoran, value Koli above many things. I cannot take these away from the people unless I have proof that they are the cause. However, this is a vital clue. I know that a merchant in the bazaar sells these balls. You must find out from him where these balls come from. But take care. If he is somehow involved in this plot, then he will not want you to find out. The evil that visits Gakuro across the waves has come, it seems, to our ocean of sand. I fear the shadow of Makuta has been cast across Ko-koro. I know that the source of this evil might be found, or all may be lost. If Ikama's guard can find the Toa, I will suggest to Pohatu that he seek you out, and together I hope you can do what is necessary. Would that the sick did not need me, or I would come to assist you on your quest. Goodbye. I wish you the speed of Pohatu adventure. Yeah, if you do the next steps without actually talking to Onuwa first, the steps don't go through. Okay. Hello, stranger. Are you looking for a good Koli ball? Let me recommend the Comet, our most popular model. Our Comet balls are the best on Motunui. Everyone wants one. Don't be the only Matoran in Ko-koro without a Comet. What is a Koli ball? Well, Koli balls are for playing Koli, of course. You want a Comet? Our most popular model? Trading for two Husi pecking birds or the equivalent. Where do you get your Koli balls? Well now, that's privileged information, my friend. Let's just say I have a secret source. How do I buy a Koli ball? You trade here, like the rest of the bazaar. If you got something worth trading, I'll give you a Koli ball for it. Goodbye. Come back anytime. How's this go? Snow grows white on Mount Ihu tonight, not a rahi to be found. I don't know the tune to let it go, but that's okay because I don't want to get a copyright thing. Okay. Okay, sorry, I was checking something. Adventurer, the scorpion has blinded me for a moment. It will be some time before my sight returns. Tell me where to keep the ball, and together we can destroy the Nuijaka's nest. How this game works, you just hold down click for a long time and then release it. You know, do the middle one. Ah. Yeah, the Nuijaka's front jaw, his lower jaw, because of the way he's animated, looks like a license plate. Three more. Yes, I clicked in the same place. I didn't move my mouse, and it just started destroying a different pillar. It looks a whole lot more epic in the cutscene than it does in the actual minigame. Excellent, my friend. We make a good team. My sight has returned to me. This was an evil plan indeed. Onuwa was right to call upon me. That was an infected mask set beside the Koli balls. But who left it there and placed the balls beside it? Though Ko-koro will be safe now, we have uncovered an even greater mystery. I fear the Makuta's influence may extend beyond the Rahi now. Yes, he has Akmu. I will take the news back to Ko-koro and help them carry the infected Koli balls into the sea. My mask of power will let me get to the village quickly enough, I think, to save even Huki. You are a cunning ally, friend and brave. I hope that we shall meet again someday. And then I want to go talk to Anuwa and get the chisel, because if I don't, it could soft lock the game at the very end. If you weren't aware of that. Tip for you: remember to get the chisel. Hail, hero! Pohatu has already been here and gone. The infected Koli balls have been taken out to the sea, and they will bother us no more. The Matoran of my village will recover from their illness. I am not certain what became of the merchant who sold those Koli balls. However, he disappeared before Pohatu returned. Pohatu has told me all your adventures. We, like the Ko-koro Matoran, will long honor your deeds. Nakama was right when she said that you would be a witness to many important things transpiring throughout our land. She asked me to watch you and tell her if I also feel this. I know now that you are the one her astrologer has spoken of. Take this carving tool, which is the proud symbol of our greatest carvers. Show it to Nakama, and she will give you the Book of Chronicles. Goodbye. I wish you the speed of Pohatu adventure. I wonder if his dialogue changes. Who are you? I am Anua, the Traga of the village of Ko-koro, Maturin. Okay, so it's just the first part. So it just kind of cuts out the stuff afterward about the pandemic, but, okay. Take it or leave it. I'll trade you 2 husi for a maha. Want a maha? Going cheap. Gone fishing. Want a maha? Going cheap. Maha market bottomed out. Matoran playing Koli. Foul, ref. Scoreboard. Yay, team. It's a good day to play for Koli. It's a good day for Koli. Who do you think will win? Who ate all the pies? Who ate all the pies? I don't know what that's a reference to. It's a reference to something. Okay, they all have the same dialogues. I will soon be fit enough to return to Koli and to Maku. If you see her in the travels, tell her I am well. I've heard all that you have done for our village adventurer, but I especially owe you thanks. I will soon be fit in. Okay. Hup. This is MVP. Okay. Well, let's go get the Book of Chronicles. In this game, you don't have to walk across the screen, which is nice. Let's talk to this guy. What's that? Oh, sorry, don't get too many travelers around here in Po-wahi these days. What can I do for you? Need a boat? Need information? Or a souvenir, maybe? What is Po-wahi? Po-wahi as well, there isn't much to it, really. Most sand, lots of sand. But there are the canyons, which are real pretty to look at if the sun of the Raha don't get you first. And the path of prophecies which the ancient carvers made. Ko-koro is a decent place, too, and don't miss the games. Most everyone around Matanui turns up to see a Koli match when they're on. Haven't been too many visitors lately, though. Goodbye. Stay out of the sun. What does this say? My friend went to Powahi, Po-wahi, all one word, And all I got was this lousy rock. Okay. Let's go talk to Nokama. Hello again. Take this book and attend to it, and travel to the villages. It will store all that you can see. If the Toa fail and Matanui is destroyed, this at least will remain, and the oceans will keep it safe for us. Goodbye. Good luck, Chronicler. Okay, and then, this is the one you miss. Due to Program 2 being released. Yeah, so that's what you would see if you click to go on into Ko-koro or the Charred Forest before Program 2 was released. You would just get that. All you could explore in the first segment released was the telescope and the Magi Circle. Mangai is that's where you watch the that cutscene with the stones. Okay. Let's see, where are we now? Okay, so the red star moved up there. We're still at the Ko-koro part. No, we're still at the we're here. Okay, we haven't gone on to here yet. Okay. So we go to Ko-koro next. Side. This guy doesn't say anything. Anuta Le-koro subtransect. Okay. Some people, everything has a backside. This is how you get into Winua's hut. Turaga Winua, I will not tolerate this kind of delay. The trade guilds have contracts with 4 of Ko-koro's most influential artists. I understand that, and I'm doing everything I can. Protodermis production is stopped, stonemasons are slowed by the darkness, and half the shipments were lost to Rahi attacks. Takoran torches are being used to light the stone quarries now. Those deliveries will be made. The Kofujaga are not afraid of torchlight. And what of the Protodermis? The Ko-koronans cannot trade stone for nothing. He should have said Pomatoran. The mine captains are working to break through this rock layer. Until then, there is little we can do. Why would Winua want to break through the rock layer? Maybe he just doesn't understand, but I would doubt. Well, whatever. They make goods from the Protodermis. Without it, they cannot trade for stone. We will lose that market. There are other markets. And what of the Le-koro? They can't lose any markets. The Ko-koro doesn't compete with anybody. They are the only stone stores on Matanui. And what of the Le-koro highway? It was to be finished months ago. Our caravans refuse to travel to the south until it is complete. The Le-koronans will have to come trade at our market until it is finished. Then try Turaga. They try Turaga, but they can they can no more come north than we can go south. Perhaps the sea is a better route. There are even more dangerous rocky in the waters than on land. What of Anua? Is he doing nothing to help Ko-koro? Maybe we should actually try a Anua voice. It's like that's what friends do. Anua did not descend from the heavens to help your prophets, Guildmaster. He is pursuing a great quest that may help save us all. I demand more attention be paid to the needs of the trade guilds. The great market is Ko-koro's most valuable asset. Guildmaster, I will speak with Anupu. Perhaps he can spare an escort for your caravans until the highway is complete. Without a fresh supply of lightstones, we cannot light the digging site. Have you been able to continue the tunneling at all? Yes, but we are working at about 25% capacity. It is too dark down there to work safely. The Le-koro highway must be completed soon. We need safe passage between the villages. Turaga, we cannot ask our workers to continue under these conditions. Taipu says he can dig by torchlight without difficulty. Taipu is very stubborn and strong, but he is slow even when he has a team of diggers to help him. One Matoran cannot dig a tunnel to Le-koro. Foreman, until we can repair the flood damage, there's little I can do. You can give us more Matoran and more equipment. The guilds and the traders have extra. We can use those. They do not have extra. And how would it help if they did? The air is bad because of the torches, and the Rocky attack frequently because of the darkness. If we had more workers, we could alternate teams before they get ill. We could put more guards on duty. Foreman, I understand the problems you are facing. I am doing everything in my power to get you to help you need, but you must be patient. Without a fresh supply of lightstones, we cannot light the digging site. Have you been able to continue the tunneling at all? Yes, but okay. Turaga, the mining guilds have hit an underground rock layer that they cannot break through. We fear the protodermis will run out if we cannot continue our digging. How far does it run? Shaft 3 and Shaft 8 have ceased protodermis mining because they cannot break through this rock layer. That's the entire mining area. Yes, Turaga. For all we know, the strata extends beneath all of Motunui, except perhaps the Mangai volcano. Are you certain there are no soft spots to dig through, Captain? We've been over every inch of the surface. There are no fractures, no fault lines, nothing. How much remains of the surface deposits? They are running out. We may have to look elsewhere for more protodermis, like Ta-wahi or Po-wahi. What is the layer made out of? Our prospectors believe it to be rock, but it has higher organic levels than any mineral composite we've seen. Organic? Yes, it seems to have more in common with a Yusil crab shell than any normal stone strata. Strange. I wonder what we will find if we break through. Turaga, I must have more men and more machines if we are to know. You must allocate more resources to the mining guilds. Captain, I am doing everything I can. No one wants to see the protodermis run out, but Ko-koro has many problems right now. Turaga, the mining guilds, okay. Yeah, they really do not want to break a hole in Motunui's face. That would be bad, wouldn't it? Torches, don't be left in the dark, Takora and Maid. Fresh fish, imported from Ko-koro. Get your fresh fish here. But don't buy the fresher fish, fry the freshest fish. Okay. Let's go to the mine. Great mine. Have you brought word from Whenua? Has he figured out how to get through this rock layer? Take care when traveling in the deep mines and tunnels. The Ko-fu-jagas can appear at any time. Battling them takes special skill. So apparently Templar actually said that they planned to have a minigame where you fight a Ko-fu-jaga in program, let's see which one it would be, 5. But because of time constraints, they didn't finish it. But there's some vestigial dialogue sitting around, talking about Ko-fu-jagas. And you notice that the minor guilds, right, the people that are bothering Whenua constantly, They mention Rahi attacks and Kofujaga as well. Who are you? I am the chief prospector for Mine Shaft 8. We dig for Protodermis and stone here. So 8 and 3 were the 2 shafts blocked by the rock layer. What rock layer? At the bottom of Shaft B, the elevator goes down there. Ko-koro's had real problems since we hit this strata. Can't dig through it or blast it. Not even Anua can claw through it. It's just too strong. What word from Whenua? The mining captains have been trying to get Whenua to give us more workers and machines. If we don't find a way through this rock, there won't be any more Protodermis. Goodbye. Look out for Rahi in the tunnels. It's dark down there. Yeah, if they break through that rock, they're just gonna have like a big open empty space underneath it. And they'll make a hole in Matanui's face, and they're gonna have to fix it. Because that's what Matori have to do, is fix things in Matanui. Okay. Let's talk to this guy. That strange disc on the ground is the only feature this rock layer has. I'm not sure what it is. They look like astrological symbols. If I knew an astrologer, I'd sure have a few questions for him. You mean her? Hey, do you know any astrologers by any chance? Who are you? I am the prospector for the mining guild. I am a prospector. We are trying to figure out how to get through this rock layer and mine more Protodermis and stone. Strange disc? Yes, the one on the ground over there. It's covered with strange symbols. We have no idea how it came to be here, buried so far underground, and sunk into this hard rock. It is very mysterious. Hey, do you know any astrologers by any chance? I know an astrologer. You do? Great. Take this message and deliver it. I've sketched out this disc. Maybe your friend can figure out if it means anything important. So I don't believe there is any, goodbye, way to explain the sundial, because why would Matanui have a sundial on his face? I mean, it makes sense. It makes more sense than it being underground, sure, but like it's still his face. Oh well. So it's just a convenient thing for gameplay mechanics purposes. It's useless otherwise. Let's go to Ta-koro. In order to get to Ga-koro. I mean, Ta-wahi, you know what I mean. Yes. Let's talk to Nixie. Is this Maku? Yeah, it's Maku. Strange, a prospector found this in Ko-koro, underground? But who would build a sundial underground? Perhaps there was an earthquake and it fell beneath the earth. Yes, this is an ancient sundial used many ages ago. I am certain that its purpose has been completely forgotten. The strange thing about it is that it has an indicator at 4 o'clock, and no other sundials have this marking. I've always been curious as to why. So they just all go from 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock? Take this gnomon and see if it fits in the center of the sundial. You see, I found it in the foothills of Mount Ihu a long time ago, and since have been looking for the sundial to which it belongs, you may have found it for me. If it is in a cave, then we may not ever find out what happened every day at 4, unless you have some way to fake sunlight underground. Goodbye. Goodbye. Okay. Change it up, I'll go through Ko-koro this time. Or Po-wahi. I don't know which way is fewer clicks. I'll have to count the clicks. But if we go this way, we can have this conversation with... This guy, is this guy Midak? None of the Matoran are named in MNOLG, though. Howdy, traveler. Need a crab to Ko-koro? Awful dark in there, but Puku knows the way. I heard there's another Ussel race coming up. Make sure you catch it if you're in town. Who is Puku? Puku's a retired racing crab. Used to belong to none other than Anapu himself. Took the title 3 times with him. She's a bit long in the tooth now, but still fast. What race? The Ussel crabs are strong and loyal. They help us with many things here, from mining to transportation, but mostly racing. I'm usually at the track, but with all the problems these days, there isn't much time for it. What is Ko-koro? Ko-koro is the great undercity of Le-wahi, where the mines sink as deep as Mount Ihu is tall. The wise Whenua rules here. I heard there's another Ussel race coming up, and make sure you catch it if you're in town. Goodbye. Bye now. Now, it's actually faster to just not ride the crab, so, and not use the taxi crab, is what that says, it just click. Okay. This guy just salutes you. Is this Anapu's hut? You there, fetch those saddles. We need more discs. Step to it. Try to stay out of the way, traveler. We're organizing a patrol. Without the lights out in Ko-koro, the Rahi have stepped up their raids. What are Ko-fu-jaga? They are small creatures, but incredibly fierce and cunning. They attack by surprise and always in large numbers. They shun bright light and use darkness and fear as weapons. Their nests are scattered throughout the underworld. Woe betide the miner who breaks through to one. Usually, Whenua uses a special drill to detect these nests before they are opened, but he has been busy and the miners have been desperate to find more protodermis veins. Take care when traveling in deep mines and tunnels. The Ko-fu-jaga can appear at any time. Battling them takes special skill. Who are you? Anapu at your service. I am captain of the famous Onukoran Usselry Regiment, champion of Ussel racing, and special aid of Whenua, our great Turaga. How do I battle the Ko-fu-jaga? How do I play this minigame that was never finished? The regiment depends on its gallant steeds and its healthy supply of discs when fighting the Ko-fu-jaga. Darkness gives Makuta's minions strength. It's good to have a lightstone with you if you can find one. Goodbye. May your crab ride swift and true. Now, if they can't find more lightstones, they would claim, okay, they run out of lightstones. But, like, lightstones don't burn out, do they? Like, I've had a lightstone in my, hyperspace arsenal for a while, and like it still works. See, it still works. So how do you run out of them? So we put the gnomon in, and then, yes, I did figure out this puzzle myself when I first played this, which was a long time ago. You shine it on 4 o'clock. So the sundial goes from 1 to 12. Wait a second. Yeah, wait, no it doesn't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Why 18 of all things? And for some reason, sundials on Matanui usually skip 4 to go from 3 to 5. Anyway, let's just hit 4. So that says Rahi. So we can't go in there yet because there's still Rahi. For some reason that matters. Let's talk to this guy. Looks like we had the right idea, stranger. That disc was a passage through the rock after all. Yeah, then they act like I solved the problem of being able to break through the rock layer, but I didn't. I haven't broken through, I just made a little, like, cylindrical indentation. I can't actually get through the gate, so I don't know why it acts like I've solved the problem. Subtle plot weaknesses. But now, only 2 of the Matoran that keep harassing Whenua are gone, but this guy's still there. the Lightstone guy. So there are 3 originally instead of 2, I believe, because again you're supposed to do 3 things, right? One of them involved a mini game having to do with fighting Nui Jaga or Kofu Jaga or whatever they're supposed to be. So that's why. Well, that's why that one guy was talking a lot about Rocky attacks and how they were preventing him from taking shipments to Le-koro. So, and they couldn't implement that metagame, so just decided once you break through the rock layer that it'd eliminate that guy also. Okay, let's go to Ko-koro. Solve the other puzzle. Yeah, that doesn't look enough like a door, does it? These guys talk. We lost a bunch of drilling equipment when that flow burst. It's all stuck on the other side of the fire leg. If only we could get across. Better steer clear of this area, traveler. There's a runaway lava flow that burst from Ko-koro. No way to get to the Lightstone mines until it's rerouted. Well, I forgot that I had to restart the game, and so even though I got my lava board, I had to restart the game and then didn't get it. Okay. Goes through this very narrow door. You're supposed to be just looking at an oblique angle, that's why it looks so narrow, but oh well. Okay, try to solve this thing. Classified how much brain power I actually put into that. Great work, stranger. There's a lot of folks in Ko-koro who will be glad you found a way to the Lightstones. The Lightstone deposits in this cave will keep Ko-koro lit for a long time. Pretty sure they'll keep the Rocky back too. Okay. Why couldn't just any Tamatoran do that? Just get anybody. Oh well. Why couldn't Tahu do that? Okay, now that we've finished all that, we should be able to talk to Inua. Thank you, adventurer, for helping us with so many of Ko-koro's problems. I thought the guildmasters would never leave me alone. Who are you? I am Inua, Turaga of Ko-koro. It is my job to keep things running smoothly around here. A hard task in very difficult times. Now I have some peace. Is there anything you would ask of me? What is Ko-koro? Ko-koro is the wondrous undercity of Motunui. Matoran come from near and far to trade at our great market and marvel at the work of our engineers. Stone dug from our quarries fuels the creation of Coronan carvers. Protodermis, the stuff of life, is brought from deposits within the earth and traded amongst the Matoran. We also mine lightstones and many other precious resources. Who is Anua? Anua is the Toa of our village. He is a great hero engaged in a quest to find the masks of power, which he will need to defeat the Makuta. Goodbye. Good luck on your travels, adventurer. May Anua protect you. Okay. Let's go to Le-koro. And let's talk to Tepu. Onapu told me you found a way to the Lightstones. Thank you, adventurer. We can dig much more quickly now. I am sure the highway will reach Le-koro soon. If the Rahi attack the site, travelers stay near me. I will protect you. Why does Tepu talk like we knew him? He's Tepu. He's stupid, okay? Why are you digging? We are building a highway to the village of Le-koro. We do as says I am the strongest of the Koronin Matoran, so I am leading the way. What is Le-koro? It is a village in the south where the Le-koronin Matoran live in trees. I have never been there. Anupu says they are tall, pretty forests and huts built in the sky. Anupu says the Le-koronins are great musicians too, play music all day long for the treetops. Who is Anupu? Anupu is my best friend in all of Anukoro. He is very smart and knows a lot about muscle crab racing and fighting Rahi. He is supposed to be digging too, but he showed me how I can do both our digging at the same time. That's how smart he is. That's how That's how dumb you are. If the Rahi attack the site travelers, stay near to me. I will protect you. Goodbye. Goodbye. Why doesn't he do both your digging at the same time? We did it! We made it through! Anupu was right, it's so beautiful here. Minua said I should make camp when we break through, but I want to go to see Le-koro and Tree-matoran. Le-koro is right through the trees, I bet. Won't you take me with you to go to see it? Now, it doesn't matter what you choose here. Right, this is not a, what they call a choose-your-own-adventure style game. Or a choice puzzle game. That kind of visual novel. But, it's more entertaining if you say yes. Thank you, I bet it is more beautiful even than the Great Mine. Let's go. Everything's more beautiful than the Great Mine. I've seen so many pretty plants. Let's see what happens if I turn around. You gotta see them. Sometimes you forget to look at the backside of these things. I wonder where the people of Le-koro are. What's the backside look like? Okay. Yeah, for all these places where you're meant to wait, like scenes where you're meant to go one way, Tiplar had to draw a scene where what it looks like if you turned around and looked at it the other side. It's here. It's Welp. Wake one, and you wake them all. There you go. Yeah, this layering here is kind of clever. These buggy aren't in the position you want them to be lifts. Here we go. Yeah, lifts even without doing the lift thing. What's up with that? This is like the symbol that represents air. In MNOLG, at least. Now, what does the backside look like? Okay. Flute. I don't have perfect pitch. I don't even know what those intervals are, actually. So I don't even have good relative pitch for that. Maybe the last interval's a fifth? No, wait, I don't know. Okay. This guy don't talk. Here's Tamaru. Forgive, but village attacked by Makuta's evil beasts. Fear Drew a Rahi, but no Rama plays flute like that. So down tree we come and greet. You are the brave wanderer that some speak of, braver still for coming to Le-koro. Who are you? Tamaru of Le-koro. High fly vinesman, deep wood wayfinder, chief Kahu tamer, Matau's best. What attack? In last rainfall, Kongus on patrol saw Rahi hive growing top leaf high, far in dark forest. Late knowing Matoa and Rama infected by Makuta. One drift ago, cloud sneaking, Nui Rama fly on Le-koro to destroy all. Quick soaring Kahi riders tree launch, and great battles fought. Village still stands, but many lost. Yeah, Tree Speak was originally much different than how Greg was writing it. It was just a set of slang terms that were usually like compounds or compositions of commonly used phrases. To take the phrase and turn it into one word. Greg tended to write it like it's just you say two syllables in rapid succession. So instead of I cannot lift too tall, you say I cannot lift carry two Toa. So he wasn't really the best at it, but that kind of makes sense because he hated riding it apparently. What is a Rama? Nui Rama, buzz-flying Rahi, 100-eye, all-seeing fright and fury. Makuta madness makes them worse. Wing smash, pinchers grab. No chance for Matoran alone, only Toa bold enough to stand against it. Yet cunning Rama sneak, swoop, smash, and fly out of reach. Right. And whoever was writing this tree speak did a really good job. They're really good with the imagery, and with, yeah, they're just really good with the imagery. And utilized it well, so. Good job, Templar, on the tree speak. The forest can protect you, Traveler, if you need it. Not so good job, Greg, on the tree speak. Kongu. Traveler beware, dark time come. Matau stolen, Liwa gone. The Coronins prepare for battle fight. Okay, there is a syllable succession there, so there wasn't no basis for that format, I guess. Are you here to help in the defense, Traveler? Le-koro needs brave wind riders to face the Rama. Who are you? Kongu. Fastest leaf runner, ever-quick pilot, weaver, mapmaker, Le-koro Matoran. Who is Matau? Matau the singer. Down talk up singing. Friend and daughter. Oh, he's not daughter, he's a man. Friend and laughter. In life dawn years past was known Matau Liwa champion. Matau great Taraga of Le-koro and soul of the forest people. Gone, gone, taken by Makuta's Rahi. Who is Liwa? Liwa, great Toa of air, hero of Le-koro, gone away in quest for the great Kanohi. If he were here, he would save us, for he has faced greater dangers than this and survived. Goodbye. Up tree battle, down tree peace, you choose, but if Rahi come, try to stay under cover. It'll turn out that Kongu gave Liwa way more credit than he deserved. Traveler, will you be my second? My Kahu stands tree-bound without a disc thrower. I thought that was supposed to be like a, Gaku bird. Oh well. It's a, I guess it's a Kahu, according to Templar. It's a Nui Jaga combiner. Right, is Kongu second? Yes. I hope your disc arm is as strong as your nerve. Liwa, protect us, let's go. Made it. So my understanding of that is, Kongu crash landed the bird. I forgot what it's called already, and so the bird got injured, and so he couldn't do his job, right? He couldn't fly back out with all the Matoran like the plan was supposed to be. So he just got stalled there. The music that throughout that entire sequence there is a remix of Ride of the Valkyries by Richard Wagner. If you didn't know what it was and you were trying to find it. And it's a very famous melody. I need to warm this thing up first. I obviously have not been practicing. I need to practice more. Anyway, and I don't know, just some extra trivia there. Let's stop dwelling on my failure at music and continue with this plot. It is an honor that you sought to save me, traveler, but I am sorry that you made the attempt. But with song we will know hope, and hope brings freedom. Keep your voice down, traveler, and sing as you work. And hope Le-wahi comes to save us. Will Le-wahi come to save us? You are not of this tribe, so I will tell you of Le-wahi, but you must swear not to reveal what I am about to say to anyone. Le-wahi is here, but he will not save us. The great Toa has same in body and strength and in speed, but his mind is gone. He has been attacked by the Makuta and enslaved by evil. His great mask of power has been replaced with an infected mask, and the only way to bring him back is to take it off, and I know of nothing with the strength to overcome him. He has become more fearsome and horrible than any Rahi. We shall never escape this place. All that is left to us is song, and that small comfort, and what small comfort it brings. Goodbye. Take care, and do your work without resistance. Nui Rama are not clever, but they see much. They know when we are plotting. Okay. There's Tepu. Okay, so, yeah, I don't know of any story media that actually say that Le-wahi got infected using an infected mask in 2001. I know that almost all story media from 2002 show that Le-wahi had a chrono put on. But they might have just been copying Templar, or Templar may have jumped the gun with this. How do you advance the plot from here? You do something kind of obscure. You click here. I don't know how you're supposed to think to do that, but somehow I did when I first played this. What's happening to me? My body, that's my own. My mind! Get out of my mind! That noble mask coming up again, mirroring the legend of Mata Nui. That's not canon, by the way. His mask! Get his mask! Now, what Rahi that was, I don't know. Oh, like, it doesn't seem to have an infected mask on it. But you still need the Ko-mount to control it for some reason. It's also the Nui Rama combiner model. There's that air symbol. This is not canon. I mean, the golden mask is, but they get it in some stupid convoluted way. That's better than canon, but it's not canon. Dancing. Interesting moves. They look dumber when humans try to do it, but these characters can pull them off. There's Tepu. Traveler, it is good to see you again after all of our adventures. Return to Tree Bright Le-wahi was so long hoped for in the dark, wet Rama hive. Take this flute song, it fits in the flute you found. Whenever you need help from sun-soaring Le-wahi, play song and you will have it. What of Liwa and the Golden Kanohi? By bringing all the great masks of power to the Suva, it has been given to Liwa a Golden Kanohi. Some legend says that after the Golden Kanohi are found, there will come the Towaketa, but I do not know what this is. Maybe that's what the another was? That's lame. The another that Veikama was speaking of? Many thanks to you, Adventure, for helping us High Branch home. Goodbye, Traveler, and farewell. Okay, I'm going to, before I use the flute to travel where I want to go, I'm going to go down the elevator first, just to make sure it's in the lower position. Because that can mess you up, I believe, later. Okay, That's actually a pretty good melody. So they thought that out pretty well. Okay, Ko-koro. Talk to Jala. Stranger, have you heard? We're falling back and the Toa have completely disappeared. My scouts delivered reports from the other villages today. The news is not good. The Rahi are closing on all sides, and their numbers are too great to count. After the fall of Trin Krom, I completely lost contact with the North March. But we will not go quietly into the shadow of Makuta. As long as the hope, the light and heat of the great Magi still blazes. I know of one maneuver that none will expect. I only hope Veikama and the others will listen. I must know what happened to North March. I have no warriors to spare, and you have proven resourceful and true. So I ask you, will you join the guard? You, at least, have seen some small victories, but Makuta's evil infection is still spreading throughout Mata Nui. The other villages are holding on while they can. Anupu is so hard-pressed. He can't spare me even one usurely regiment. Not a single regiment. What maneuver? It is imperative that the villages build fortifications and prepare for a final defense. I expect many Rahi to threaten the villages very soon. Veikama says the Toa are gathered at the Kini Nui, at the center of the island. We must protect them while they fulfill their mission. The Taraka must each send heroes to help the Toa at Kini Nui. The Makuta will not expect it. I must hope... Okay. I will join the guard. What do you need me to do? It worries me that you have chosen to accept our trust. Veikama will be pleased. The North March is an icy pass where Le-wahi meets Ko-wahi. The Ko-koronans have been seen little during the past months and heard from even less. But it may not be that they are troubled. Silence has always been their way. The guard has a small outpost there, only reachable by cable car. They watch against Rahi from the frozen heights. They also keep watch on Ko-koronans. I fear the servants of Makuta have taken all my scouts. Take this ensign and show it to the sentry at the cable car. He will let you through. Then make contact with our scouts in North March and get a report from me on the Makuta's efforts in the mountains. I will join. Goodbye. Good luck, traveler. So Jala already knew about the plan about the Chronicles Company, right? The plan to send guards to Kini Nui while the Toa are down there. I didn't remember that. So that's okay. Only guards may pass, but I am a guard. You may pass. I might be entering a high background noise situation here. Hopefully it won't be too bad. Okay, so this is the North March, right? This is the guard outpost. And the guards have been given a hard time. That's for sure. Oh, I have to go one more screen closer. Now, according to Political Slide, there's a way to backtrack here. That makes it so that you can break this or something, right? It's like, it's funny how some backtracks make everything seem small, and the people that spied on us can't get to us at all. Let's try that. Backtrack. Okay. Didn't work. Try to figure out where to backtrack. I mean, I don't say Kopik is spying on you. We just saved him. So this is the, it's like a security camera room. Who are you? Kopik. What happened to the Takoran guard? The Makuta led them into the ice, and I fear they will not return. Had you not come and saved me, I would have been facing a similar fate. Where am I? I do not wish to be questioned. If you seek answers, do so in Ko-koro. There you will find meditation and contemplation. It is Tarakaduju's way to think on all things, and from his sanctum on Ihu's peak, one can see far ahead and far behind. In Ko-koro, we respect knowledge above all things. You must have great knowledge even to step foot within it. You are the one who seeks to chronicle this era, and so you will doubtless travel the icy drifts in search for answers. But true sight reveals many things, and knowing the future can be dangerous. That is your choice. Wisdom is never the burden of the Taraka. Wisdom is ever the burden of the Taraka. I do not expect it from you. All I asked is where I am. It's like, you must contemplate the puzzle of where you are. Could have just said, you're in Ko-wahi and you're in the security guard security room. I mean, gee whiz, Kopik. Hopefully got the symboling right. That tricks me up, because the first thing I think of when I see the noble Huna is not Fakama, it's Maku. Miru, you failed me. Okay. Don't do this, you will die. Okay, we have the hexagonal or octagonal, like the regular polyhedral huts from the Legend of Matanui Alpha here. That they took out in the beta. We can't actually like talk to anybody in them because the Komatorans just are very inhospitable. Or the Ko-koronans, that is. How do I talk like this? Welcome, traveler, to the sanctum. You may join us in the meditation if you wish. Nuju honors all wise Matoran, that they may join in the seeking. If you wish to speak with Alteraga, you must wait for Matoro to return. He is the only one that can translate Nuju's wisdom. I can't talk like that at all. Okay, what is the seeking? Written upon these walls and tablets are the great prophecies. To understand even the fraction of what they speak takes years of meditation and patient decryption. Who is Nuju? Nuju is the Turaga of Ko-koro. His meditations reach into the past and into the future, and he has deciphered much of the ancient prophecies. He has visions. He does very little that is not significant in some way to the future of Matanui, and the Kanohi Matatu gives him the power to move objects by sheer force of will. I don't think it's really canon that Nuju sees visions. I think the only one who Turaga that actually sees visions, though Templar Games claim that Nuju and Okama do, is Vaikama. Vaikama actually sees visions. Where is Matoro? Matoro is alone hunting Rahi in the drifts. You may seek him if you wish, but be warned, Ihu is not merciful, even to the Ko-koronan. Take this passageway to enter the drifts. Matoro often leaves behind signal flags so that he does not get lost. If you follow them, you may come to him. Goodbye. Goodbye. Now, what's this text say? What do you get if you multiply 6 something? Okay. That's the only readable text, right? Okay, so I'll get some clicking and some clacking. What is Nuju reading here? So here we have Facilis, Faclilis, no, it's like Facilis. Made by Lego. Production AG CH 6340. Okay, I don't know what that number means. BAAR bar Switnerlani distribution. Okay, there's a distributed. Okay, distributed by the Lego Group. DK. That's meaningless. Another number. 7190. IAILLUMD. What? DENHARY. Denhary. C2001. Lego Group. So this is a BH Ellet Reet Rat AD TRUD Trud. So a lot of gibberish and a lot of Lego. Okay. Here's the The snow grows white on Mount Ihu tonight. Le-wahi to be found. Just keep clicking. I mean... Yeah, I mean... Just meant to unnerve you, but you can just keep going forward. There's a flag. There's another flag. Keep going. There's another flag. Keep going. Here we go. So here's a beware the swarm. I don't need to read that because I already know what that says. Oh dear. This is gonna say, beware the swarm. Now you have the bow rock symbol. I actually don't understand the time traveling Waka joke. I don't know the context of that. I've seen, like, the goofy sketch that TTV made. I don't know what the motivation was for it, though. Or was it TTV? I don't know who it was that made the time traveling Muwaka compilation. What are the lyrics there? Wait, what is that thing that just leapt up from the ground? It looks Muwaka, but Muwaka do not make TARDIS sounds. The time-traveling cat is here to beat our masks. Come on, Mesa, let's leave, unless we'll be sent to the past. Okay. Well, whatever you say. I will translate Nuju's words for you, traveler. He has been watching you for a long time. Your role in Matanui's destiny is more important than you know. Matanui sleeps, but you, like the Toa, shall be an agent of his awakening. Nuju knows that you wish to ask questions of him, and he will answer them. When you are done, he wishes to ask a question of you. What questions do you wish to ask Nuju, traveler? Where are the Toa? The Toa will unite and find more power in the joining. They shall merge their skills, their knowledge, their wills, to become wisdom and valor, named in prophecy Weruha and Akamai. And these forms they are the Toa Kaita. What will happen to Matanui? Nuju says that you must understand this, that in creation there is destruction. In destruction there is rebirth. There is no such thing as void. All things are in flux. What questions do you wish to ask Nuju, traveler? Oops. You are the one that will guide the Matoran, but only if you have learned what is necessary to learn during your travels. With the Toa Kaita beneath the earth, the Toa must fortify their villages and brace for a great battle. There must also be created an alliance, a small group assembled from whoever the Turaga can spare, to help the Toa on their final quest. Nuju's question is this. What place shall you lead the alliance? The correct answer is Kininui. So be it. Nuju believes you are the one who can accomplish this task. Because you knew the answer to the question? You know how you know the answer to the question? It's that thing on the map that you can't explain its existence any other way. That's just weird in the meta, but okay. Take this message to all the Turaga of the villages, and they can begin their fateful preparations. Nuju believes in you, adventurer. Okay, I might have skipped a question by accident, I don't know, but goodbye. Please take that message to all the Turaga of the villages, so that they can begin their fateful journey. Okay, then you have to do this, this work thing where you go take the message around to all the villages, all the Turaga. Yeah, I've read some, things with time travel in them, right? I've read Pathfinder by Orson Scott Card. So, yeah, books for teenagers back when I was a teenager and used to read novels. Yes. That stupid existentialist book, whatever it was called. I don't remember what it's called. It's probably just as well because you shouldn't read it anyway. And I haven't actually found, I believe, any time travel stories that do not violate their own rules or generate some sort of plot hole of some sort. It's very difficult for people to write time travel stories that do not have holes, or they have a tendency just to not take it seriously, and don't understand how easy it is to goof up, and they just write things. So there's a tendency, when you read time travel, to just get kind of annoyed with it and how it doesn't make any sense. So those who don't like time travel, I understand. Now, I do sort of have a bit of a desire for something to exist that is a time travel plot that actually does not have holes. But because time travel in itself defies common sense just as a thing, trying to write it in a way makes sense, maybe crippled from the start. How the universe works, as we understand it right now, is that it's self-consistent. So basically, you just try to solve for whatever, however there could be no disagreement between things. So, like, if you ever worked in control systems, or feedback, and you had to work with feedback systems, right? You say the output is equal to whatever the forward path is, applied to the output added or subtracted to the input. There might be a feedback path as well. So output times the feedback path. And then you solve for the output. You solve for what is self-consistent. And some people, even like engineering students, sometimes get tricked up by that. They don't understand that, excuse me. To maintain control of something, you don't actually want to feed in a continuous system. You don't want to feed back what you got. You want to feed back an infinite quantity. Because that would make it such that output equals input in a way that's self-consistent. So I don't really have time nor want to, interrupt this MNOLG to draw a picture and describe that. So you need much larger gains, good control systems have gains, not necessarily good control systems, because you have to worry about stability, but control systems with small, steady-state errors have very high gains. Nevertheless, that's how you would expect time travel to work if it were physically possible, is that it would be self-consistent. So however the time travel worked, the universe would essentially solve for the self-consistent solution, set of occurrences. Now you could argue, okay, well that's basically the idea that you can't change the past, right? That the past is fixed, which is one way to deal with time travel. But there is no reason why you would be able to change the past. It's just that the timeline you do live in is taking account that you previously changed the past. And this creates this kind of writing, storytelling catastrophe I call the motivation problem. Okay. Let's give him the note. And that is, say you went back in time and saved yourself from dying, right? Well, now, in your world, because your world is self-consistent, you have now been saved by yourself from dying. So now you're alive. However, in order for your world to be self-consistent again, you have to, at some point in the future, travel back in time and save yourself. But you don't really need to because you're alive. Right? So you're a human and you can make decisions, you get this autonomy. And so you theoretically could, by choice, it acts like you could, by choice, break the physics. Okay, so how do you deal with, by choice, breaking the physics? Well, physics compensates somehow. Right? So it takes that into account and solves for what would be self-consistent with the motivation to break it being the case. So it's like, if you do everything that you would want to do, that would result in you doing the work that resulted in your situation being how it is. So you're always perfectly happy with how things are. So the solution to the motivation problem seems to suggest that if there is time travel, you sit there and keep iterating on it until you don't want to travel back in time anymore. But you're perfectly, I don't know if you can necessarily end up perfectly happy, but you end up somehow content in some way with the situation. Or the universe solves itself such that time travel becomes impossible. And that's the solution. So that makes it hard. Yeah, very hard. Okay. Who have I not? Have I got through all the Turaga yet? I think I have. Let's go to Ko-koro. I think you could actually go to any village and do this. Let's see if Le-wahi works. Does Ko-koro show up here? No? Okay. Wait, did that elevator not come back down? The elevator didn't come back down. Well, that's stupid. Okay, that's a mistake or glitch. Let's go to Ko-koro. I forgot. It actually makes you watch the tutorial. If you don't watch the tutorial, it doesn't work. Whoever coded that, shame on you. Oh, okay. He's here. Yeah, he appears either at the entrance to Ko-koro or the entrance to Ko-koro, whichever you go to first. There's a tendency to go back to Ko-koro because you're like, I delivered the message everywhere, so now I gotta go back to Nuju and say, I delivered the message, and then Ko-koro shows up. You are the chronicler. I have been looking for you. Veikama wishes to speak with you. You should go to Veikama now. It is important. Where is Veikama? Veikama is in Ko-koro. What does Veikama want? I don't know. That is a matter of great urgency. I know only that it's a matter of great urgency. How did you get here? It is as Veikama said. If I practiced and became skilled, I now know the secret art of traveling great distances by moving very slowly. It is a small matter for me to be wherever I am not. It is a useful skill. Thank you. I am to accompany you. Let us go together. Chronicler, it is good of you to come, and thank you, Ko-koro, for fulfilling your mission so quickly. I see that you have indeed gained skill. The Toa have left from Kiridui to begin their final quest. We must help them, but our villages are beset by Le-wahi on all sides. I ask that you pursue a mission of great importance. This mission is vital. The Toa and indeed all of Mata Nui need you now. What are the Toa doing? The Toa have begun their quest to destroy the Makuta and bring light and happiness back to Mata Nui. They have recovered the Golden Kanohi and are en route to Kiridui. In the temple is a passage through which they will enter the Makuta's dark realm. Once inside, the Makuta will attempt to destroy them, and they will be beset by manas, unimaginable horrors that guard his domain. They will face these fearsome challenges as the Toa Kaita, and there will be a great battle. The Toa are stronger than I. How can I be of help to them? The Makuta is treacherous. I believe he knows the Toa are coming and is massing Le-wahi to attack the Kiridui after the Toa have passed through. I fear he will attempt to seal the Toa in this underworld, imprisoning them there forever. Or worse, should the Toa attempt to flee, he will set the Le-wahi to ambush them as they emerge from the passage. With the horrible manas in front and the Le-wahi behind, the Toa are caught in a vice that will surely crush them. What is my mission? You must defend the Kiridui against the Le-wahi while the Toa are underground. I know you are brave and resourceful, but even you cannot do this alone. You must assemble a fellowship. Of my left and right hands, Jala should remain here to command his guard and defend Ko-koro. My left hand is Ko-koro, who is with you now. He will go. He may seem slow and strange to you, but his simple words often carry a hidden wisdom. Go first to the other villages. They are besieged, but I have talked with the Turaga. I am certain that they can spare at least one Matoran to aid in this task. Once your company has been gathered, you must travel to the Kiridui. Its road begins where the river ends in Ko-koro and falls from a great height. This mission is vital, Toa, and indeed all of Mata Nui needs you now. Goodbye. My Mata Nui smile on you at your party, Chronicler. We shall face our own hardships here, but they will bear better knowing you have sped on your task. I did a little better that time towards the end. Okay, so this is the one where you have to talk to. There's only one village where you actually have to talk to the Turaga, and ask them which Matoran, to take, before you ask that Matoran to come with you, and that is Ko-koro. I have been expecting you, traveler. You are here to find Matoran that might join on your quest. It is a hard choice, since the Le-wahi have been massing underground and will attack us at any moment. Anapu is brave and strong and would be the best choice, but he and his auxiliary regiments are needed to defend the caves. Tepu instead should go. He is not, perhaps, the brightest light stone in Ko-koro, but his strength is equaled only by his heart. With all the work that goes on here, it is dangerous to let any go with you, let alone our strongest digger. But Tepu has spoken of nothing but you and adventure since his visit to Le-koro, and so I feel it would be wrong to keep him here. You may take Tepu. He is in the great mine, hard at work, as usual. Goodbye. Good luck on your travels, adventurer. May Anua protect you. Okay. Wow, that did not work. Let's try again. Here he is. It's you! Are we to go on another adventure together? I would like that very much. Will you join my company? Matanui is truly a wondrous place. I'd like to see more of it. Yes, I will join you. And that's that. Yeah, this is definitely the most tedious part of the game, and the part that I look forward to the least when playing it is traveling through all the individual villages and gathering, like, delivering the message, and then going to all the villages a second time, why twice, and gather up all the Matorn. This is the Great Mine. I want to go to Le-koro. The bird does not work underground, by the way. Great Mine. Yeah, here we go. Another thing of interest with time travel is that, say it were to happen. When you travel back in time, you vanish, and you appear at a different time. Say your weight 70 kilograms. 70 kilograms of matter energy just appeared in the time you arrived and disappeared at the time you left. Think about how much energy it would take to make that happen. It's incredible, right? Of course, anybody who knows a lick about physics knows that time travel is impossible. It's just a fun story escapism thing. But oh, hello, Matau Singer and Kongu Pilot. Up tree they are. Rama Swarms threatens and all good Lee-Koronins flight events. High branch home locked and protected. Down tree guard I am. Set here because I fly light. Will you join our company? Join I will. High branch home safely guarded. No rocky approach to brush, only from sky. You can't even, like, go talk to Matau because he's up there and the elevator disappeared. Oh, it turns me around. Something about the way this game maps. You have to turn around twice to keep going in the same direction. Back to Le-koro. Keep going through to the other side. So this side's called Quarry. So that's where you find the comet stash. Okay. And then Ko-koro was this way. Just to read the signs for those who can't read signs. People who can't read. So you don't have to talk to Anua, but I'll do it because I'm doing a Let's Play and I'll do it for completion purposes. Hello again, Chronicler.
It seems the dark times have fallen again across our village. New Jala and worse are secretly massing in the deserts outside town. I fear that even the great skill of our stoneworkers cannot fashion walls high enough to defend us. But we must try. I have heard of your mission. You are seeking Matoran to join your company. These are trying times, and it is hard with even my least able craftsmen. But nonetheless, I know of the importance of your task. Huki I would send, but he is still recovering from his illness, and he is sorely needed here besides. So instead, take my left hand, Hafu. Hafu is proud and does not always listen to wise counsel. But his digging and stonecraft are matched by none in Ko-koro. Take him with you. Doubtless he is out in the desert, caring for the way signs on the road, and seeing that no harm comes to his masterworks. Goodbye.
I'm not giving any carving lessons today. Don't know where the Rahi... Don't you know there are Rahi about? If you want to see my artwork, you should do so in Ko-koro. It is safer there, although I do not know for how long. Of course I'm coming here to see your artwork. Please don't bother me. I have to finish my masterpiece before the Rahi attack. Well, you keep improving the road sign? Anyway, will you join our company? So, you have need of great skills. Who am I to deny fame and glory, even if I do not last to see it? I will join your company. Okay. So we need 2 more. Oh gee. I've been recording for 2.5 hours now. Okay. You could just directly talk to Maku, but I'll talk to Nokama first just for completeness.
Hello again, adventurer. It is nice to see you, even though trouble often walks alongside you. Even now the waters are filled with horrible Rahi, bent on our destruction.
Well, yeah, you see, sometimes stories have heroes, Nokama. And the heroes need villains to fight. So, inevitably, the location where the hero is always besieged by villains. Whereas if we didn't have a hero, we wouldn't have any villains. That's just the way life works, okay? Just accept it. I confess that I have feared your arrival. Well, you, Nokama, understand the meta very well. Also, was there a prototype of Nokama that used click joints on the elbows? This model here seems to suggest it. Oh well.
Kotu and Maku are very dear to me, so I am sorry to send them with you on such a dangerous mission. It's harder even to choose which one I would rather see go. Kotu, I think, needs to stay here with me and maintain the village's defense. So it is Maku, my right hand, which you should take. She has been told to stay in her hut until now, and her love for Huki and adventure has made it hard punishment. I fear her cheer at being allowed to go outside will blind her of the dangers of your task. That she is good with boats, and her agility and acrobatic training make her a valuable warrior. The way to Kirinui lies beyond the waterfall near our village. It is likely that Maku will find a boat to get to the falls. You will find her in her hut. Goodbye. Good luck, Chronicler. Hello, Chronicler. I heard Huki was sick, and that you helped him become better. Thank you. I mean, that is, I'm sure the Po-koronans are glad to have him back. I wish Nokama would let me visit Huki, but the Rahi are going to attack again, and everyone is building barricades around the village. Would you join our party? Yes, I will come with you. It will be good to go out on adventures again. Okay. Let's just flute my way to Ko-koro, because that would take a while from here. I didn't plan out this sequence very well. You get the flute before Ko-koro is accessible via the Trincron break, and if you try to use the flute to get to Ko-koro that way, the bird just crashes. If you're curious. But once you get to Ko-koro the first time, you can then get there subsequent times using the bird. Nuju is pleased that you have delivered the messages, Chronicler. Now fate is upon us. Rahi have come out of the drifts like a storm and press against our walls. He sees you are seeking a hero to join your company. The Ko-koronans try to stay out of the affairs of others, but this time they have no choice but to act. Nuju says to find Kopik, his left hand. He dwells in a cave near the cable car. Kopik will not offer great company, for he is hard, and like solitude. Stay hard! But you will find that what he lacks in cheer is made up for with strength and skill. He is our greatest sportsman, and also the most skilled in icecraft. In his hands, a block of ice can become like anything in imagination, from a delicate crystal flower to a gleaming statue of Kopaka, perfect in every detail. But there's no gleaming statues of Kopaka actually in this game. Oh well. Goodbye. Goodbye. Will you join my party and come to Kinui? I will come. That should be all of them. Right, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And they have dialogue. Some of them do. If you practice, you can move quickly. Are we there yet? With such company, Makuta beasts Makuta beasts have much to fear. Well, I couldn't read that. This land is a place of beauty and also of sadness. There is no greater craftsman than Matanui. It is good to be on an adventure with you again. I thought Nokama would keep me locked up in the village forever. Oh, here's the thing. We'll just use the, we can use the bird while we still have, well, I've already done this, right? While we still have the Chronicler's company with us. Must have typed it in wrong. So somehow this bird can carry 7 Matoran. If we are even a Matoran, I don't know what we are. Actually, I do, but... You're not supposed to, player's not supposed to know what you are. For all you know, it's just some generic protagonist character that's just inserted just to have somebody to play as. You may pass. You may pass. Okay, I don't really want to pass, but sweet. Let's call upon somebody. Kopik. What are these? All these people's dialogue. Vikama says the road to the Kinyu lies on the other side of those falls. Maku maybe can help find a way. The waterfall is so beautiful, like a million light stones tossed in the air. I can swim if we need to cross the falls, but I'm not sure about the others. We need Maku to aid us here. By Pohatu, horrid stuff! Water! Dihydrogen monoxide! If you drink too much of it, you'll die. Prolonged contact with the solid form will kill you. Accident will kill you. It causes severe skin burns. Anyway, I wouldn't swim in it if the Makuta himself were at my back, and I don't know besides. Try Maku, she has skill in boatcraft. I can help us cross. I used to go boating here, in safer times. If it's weathered the storms, my canoe is still hidden in the bushes along the bank.
these guys say now? Wow.
Wow, the music just stopped. It wasn't really music, but whatever. If you practice, you can move quickly. Okay, so it's back to the default dialogue? Yeah, okay. And they have to... You only go through this passage one way, but there's always a reverse side. Because they have to make a reverse side. So I always look at the reverse side. Huh. That's interesting. So it will... Okay, you can see the tunnel back in there. It like, stalls you. That's funny. Okay. The mapping is a little bit weird there. So the correct answer is Tamaru. Let's see what the text is, though. When I stand at the edge and look down, it makes me dizzy. Okay, not yet. He's the right answer. Whether by storm or some darker force, the bridge that stood here is gone for good. Not even I can craft a new one. Just take a big piece of stone and stick it across. I've heard tell, though, that Le-Coronins are good with heights and rope. But I thought Tamaru wasn't good with heights. Oh well. That's odd. There used to be a bridge here. What can have happened to it? Perhaps a flying Le-Coronin can figure out a way to cross. Okay. And what's the reverse look like? Okay, I guess they just rope-wayed across. What does the reverse look like? Huh. The same. Okay. The same. So they just copied this mirror imaged it for the reverses. Okay, and that's just like the entrance zone. What's the reverse look like? Huh. So it looks like we climbed up a long way. Like, that's like 8,000 feet or so. But, we didn't. Oh, anyway. The correct answer is, Hafu and, Teipu, but I'll go with the wrong ones first. I came this way once, and this rock slide was not here. Something calls forth the very earth, to block our path. This is a fell sign. Both Hafu and Teipu might find a way through this if they work together. Digging in rock is what the Ono-Coronins do best. I would clear a route, but in the caves of my home, a Ko-koronin stonemason is often at hand to cut and clear. My stonecraft is great indeed, chronicler. I can cut through these stones, but I should also need great skill at digging, such as Teipu possesses. Spawn him. Use the red arrow to spawn. Okay. Now I read once that a Toa can lift 1 ton. That is such a vague statement, because what kind of way would a Toa be able to lift 1 ton? It takes much more strength and more of a different type of strength to say overhead press a ton, as opposed to say deadlift a ton. I presume most people can deadlift roughly twice as much as they can press overhead, and so like that's actually a factor of 2. So I don't know in what way Toa can lift a ton, but that rock, that was like a... Oh no, and Toa is about 7 feet tall. So, Teipu is about a couple feet tall. So that kind of gives you a rough idea of how big that rock was. That's like a 400 or 500 pound rock there. He just pressed overhead.
Okay, let's just keep going. What's the reverse? Okay. The same. Mirror imaged. What's the reverse here? Nothing special. Okay. Okay, looks like that. So the right answer here is Ko-peak, but let's go through these other guys. These gates look ancient and fashioned by a hand whose skill rivals even my own. I have not much hope for any who try to trespass without the key. Perhaps Ko-peak can wield some ice lore to get us past this place. This is a portal to the Kini Nui. On the other side lies our destination. But I fear our long journey is for nothing, for our astrologer has spoken of these gates. They cannot be opened without the key. Okay, well, let's spawn Ko-peak. Some people might find it challenging realizing you have to press the red arrow to actually trigger the action. The way that's angled, it looks like he's sawing his own arm. What's the reverse look like? Okay. Yeah, it's like somebody had to go through and model all the reverses. Okay, it's the back side of the gate. Okay. The reverse looks like, okay. The same as the forward in another part, I believe. Reverse is a mirror image of the forward, okay. Reverse is mirror image of the forward. And here we are. This is where we begin our final task. If any of you question our choice or doubt our chances if we work together, speak now. Oh my god, this is so hard. I have doubted you in the past, Tahu, but no more. I think I speak for us all when I say that our only hope is to work together. So I cast my sword with yours, if you will have it. I will have it gladly, Kopaka. You are all innocent. Then it is decided together the Makuta cannot resist us. Wait, Tahu! Have you given no thought to our return? If the Rahi attack the temple while we are below, how can we escape? I do not know the answer to that question, Liwa. So grim is our task that I have not thought it much use to consider anything beyond our meeting with it. Hold. There is an intruder among us. Ah, goodness. There is an intruder among us. I don't have enough space in my larynx to do this. But what is this? Stay your claws, Anuwa. It is the chronicler and his company. Little one, you are brave indeed to have come all this way. And I see you have gathered help from all the villages around. Tahu, it is as I hoped. These Matoran can guard the Kini Nui while we descend and see that no Rahi attacks us from behind. The Rahi are fearsome. May their hearts prove greater than their size would suggest. In truth, it is said that great power can be found in small packages, and that aid can come from places least expected. And besides, we have few options. So be it. Chronicler, it is your doom to remain here and guard the Kini Nui at all costs. This deed will be remembered as long as any remain. I clicked too early. Friends, we have much to do and little time. Let's go. Before I go, Chronicler, know that there is a bond between us. Your struggles and those of our friends will be much to bear. I shall be with you in heart.
Look for me in your dreams. I will come to you then and speak to you of the things we see underground. Remember them. Goodbye, and do not let the temple fall. And then we play this waiting game. Ko-koro always fares well against water rahi such as Nui Rama and water Tara Karva, but we fear the swift Nui Kopin of air. All Jug is feared by Le-koro. Send me against against Earth Beast Kuma Nui. Now, something to be wary of here is that if every character is priming a disc at once, that can cause a freeze. So be careful. That includes the Rahi as well. Oh, I gotta get... Kapura does a lot of damage when he actually makes a hit, which is rare. So whereha you are joined. Let us choose a path and go into the darkness to face our destiny, be it good or ill. Our way lies not together, Akamai. We must face whatever evils are before us alone. I choose this road. You take the other. With luck we will come together again at the gates of Mangaya. What does Mangaya have anything to... What does, Mangaya have to do with anything? Anyway. The Nui Kopin are beasts of air and cannot resist my mighty strength. Muwaka and other ice rahi are sometimes a challenge. I actually do not use these... It's not these strengths and weaknesses, because when you play this game, you want to all gang up on one rahi. Because if you were to... Because if the sooner you defeat a rahi, the sooner you have one fewer rahi that can attack you. So you decrease the rate at which you're dealt damage. So if you do it one at a time, you will take about half the damage you would take if you went individually. Yes, it also says in the mod, choose a Tahunga. Originally this whole game actually said Tahunga, as opposed to Matoran. Go. Wait. I wasted a... Oh well. Hafu got smacked. That doesn't happen very often. That was short. My people have always fought best against fire rahi, such as Kofu Jaga, but the earth rahi, Kuma Nui, is hard for us to battle. Yeah, it's been a common... Throughout Bionicle games, always fire things are weak to water things. Water things are weak to some stone or earth something or other. Like Le-Coronans, we of ice fear the fiery Kofu Jaga. but we easily crack the hard Nui Jaga and Santar Car. Oh, that the coveted Santar Carva. Okay, lots of Tar Carva here. Ko-koro has no resiliency, unfortunately. Stay here. If we fall back, but not far. If they push us back over the Kini Nui, all will be lost. We must fight against the Rahi. Ko-koro always fares well against water Rahi, such as Nui Rama and water Tara Karva, but we fear the swift Nui Kopin of air. I don't think there's any Nui Kopin in this game, so that's irrelevant. Okay, and then we're back to the start of the sequence. Well, good timing. Wipe this out first. If Matoran dies, not necessarily dies, but gets defeated in the previous round, they get respawned in the next one with minimized health. So if you lose, all your Matoran respawn with, like, small amounts of health, which is brutal. It's like, is Kopi tapping his foot to the background music? As to calling them Tahunga as opposed to Matoran, it made sense in the front letter standpoint, right? It's Tahunga, Taraga, Toa. They were all T's. So by changing it to Matoran, they lost some of that language cohesion.
Not only is that not canon, it's very, like, out of characteristic for Bionicle for something like that to be the case. For now, we are lucky. Wisdom provides only when valor is in its service. I feel strange. Okay, I'm not gonna read that. What happened? The spirit of Makuta is the spirit of destruction. It is his inner realm. The Toa Keita cannot exist here. The madness nearly destroyed the Toa Keita. And the Makuta is 10 times greater than they. What hope do we have? The Toa Keita merely gave physical form to the force of our unity. We still possess it in our hearts. But the Toa Keita's wisdom and valor were unmatched. Their wisdom and valor fail. Where wisdom and valor fail, all that remains is faith. And it can overcome all. I don't know what they mean by faith, though, in this instance. Gali is right, we must go on. Help us, Chronicler. We step now through the gates of doom. Our link is broken. If you wish to fulfill your destiny, and record the last moments of this time, you must find us. Find us! Okay. Chronicler, wake up! Please, wake up! The Kininui is safe now, I think, though that is this day's trial are far from over. The Toa are still underground. Mikamo will be heartened by this. You survived. I am Highfly Winesman and Deepwood Wayfinder. Rahi disappear and Matau confused. Thought. Rahi fall back here to destroy Kininui. So, fast fly we come to aid. Okay. Okay, Hafu. Are we to go on another adventure together? Okay, Anupu. Something strange has happened in Ko-koro. Winua says you should come there and quickly, but not on foot. Take Puku, she followed us all the way here. I think she has been looking for you. Ride the crab? Yes. Okay, we go to... This is Anu Pusat, should be empty. Yep. Consistency, continuity. Now, there's no way out of Ko-koro. Something to note. Like, you can't get out that way. And you can't get out this way. So, if you left something behind that you needed before you got here, you'd be hosed. You are safe, Chronicler. That is good. The prophecies then are still truthful. They say Gali has called on you. There has been a disturbance in the great mine. The golden mask you discovered has disappeared and a passage has opened there. My workers are too afraid to go near it. We believe it is another entrance to Makuta's lair. Because it is. It is your destiny to find the Toa, Chronicler, no matter what outcome. I hope you have the courage to face it. Goodbye. Goodbye. If you don't have... The game somehow lets you go on to Program 6. It lets you go to Le-koro, while you haven't actually talked to Onuwa and gotten the Ko-koro chisel. So the check occurs actually on the minigame with Pohatu. It's not on going to talk to Onuwa and getting the chisel. It was a mistake made. But then, for some reason, this is what makes it super dumb. They made a check on the next step. That I'm about to do coming up right now with having the Ko-koro chisel. So you can end up here with no way to leave and no Ko-koro, no chisel. You can't go talk to Onuwa to get the chisel. And because you don't have the chisel, it doesn't let you pass. It's like a big oversight. Oh well, I should have the chisel, so I should be able to pass. But if you ever got confused, like you got here and you tried to click that plus and it wouldn't work, it's because you don't have the chisel in your hyperspace arsenal. And the first time I played this game, I didn't actually know the protagonist was Takua. And so I got to that part and I was like, it's Takua! Takua! Like, actually hit me by surprise. Unfortunately, nowadays, that doesn't happen to many people anymore. I thought it was just, like, up until that end part, I thought I was just playing as some sort of generic protagonist thing. Self-insert. Okay, I'm gonna mute. Never mind, I forgot there was dialogue. Makuta, we have come. What? Now we need a really big larynx. I have been waiting for you. But you are... I am that which you are sworn to protect. Meaning he was a Saboteur. Tahu, it is a trick. We must destroy him. Destroy me. You cannot destroy me. No more than you can destroy the sea, or the wind, or the void. You are like the sea. The sea bears life. The sea bore us. Not exactly true galley, but okay. I bore you. For I am nothing. And out of nothing you came. And into nothing you will go. So that's probably a reference to for dust you are, and to dust you shall return. From Genesis 3, I believe. But it's like all twisted, of course. I stand with Matanui side by side. I am his brother. The people of the world are builders. But I look into their hearts. I cannot do this. It's just... I just don't have a big enough, like, throat to do a pterodactyl voice. And you will find that they have also the power to destroy. I am that power. I am destruction. And I will destroy. But you are but a Batoran. You are expecting something else. Something like... no power at that time. Our only hope is to work together. Cannot destroy, for I am nothing. And this is, of course, really confusing, like how they just get sucked up. But what happened to the Chronicler? explain the logistics of this. That flint was expensive, though. Okay. So, you have surprised us again, Chronicler. We feared your courage led you to a final adventure. But it seems you may have many more in the future. You seem afraid. I know what you saw in that cave. Our prophecies said the Makuta's defeat would end our troubles. But the prophecies have changed. Something yet darker looms ahead of us. We need to release another wave of sets. LEGO has to keep making money off this franchise. But we have to have some sort of conclusion to this year, so we have some sort of, like, fake conclusion. Okay. But for now, let's put these thoughts from your mind. There are many reasons for the people of Motunui to rejoice. When we first met, and you found my mask, and my fire staff. Now, I don't know if that I haven't played Quest for the Toa yet, so I don't, like, ever. So I don't know if that's actually a part of it. Whether or not Veikama somehow lost his staff and mask, and Takua had to find it. But anyway, we'll see. And indeed fulfilled quests for all the Turaga. You are thought to be an outcast. No Matoran travels from village to village having adventures. The people of Ko-koro did not trust you, and feared your adventurous ways. They were certain it would bring us ill luck. That's contrived. But you have proven us all wrong, Ko-koro. You stand like the Toa among Motunui's greatest heroes. Come on, let's leave this windy beach, and return to the light and heat of Ko-koro. Many friends await you there. And that's that. I don't know. It's fun. I sure have a lot of practicing to do. I gotta get better at that, but I guess I'll do that now. So that is that.